All right. I have not seen the video where this quote is taken from. I'm just going off of what was sent to me. And this is basically Tim Smith, PBC vice president, speaking about the Terrence Bud Crawford Errol Spence fight and why it hasn't happened. And he says simply it's economics. And Terrence Bud Crawford has not been built into a pay-per-view star, and they don't want to offer him some money that's insulting to him and know that he don't want. Okay. So we're going to be honest about this from top to bottom. You know, no bullshit. Errol Spence is no more popular than Terrence Bud Crawford. That's a fact. Okay? Boxing don't have a lot of standout stars, period. Okay? Barely a handful. Let's just be honest. But Errol Spence popularity doesn't succeed Terrence Bud Crawford. If anything, I think Terrence Bud Crawford is a little bit more popular than Errol Spence. That's a fact. Errol Spence is not no mega superstar. His superstar status definitely doesn't surpass that of Terrence Bud Crawford. And neither does really Terrence Bud Crawford surpass Errol Spence. That's just a fact. Okay, because people talk about Errol Spence like he got Manny Pacquiao status. Or hell, even Triple G status. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. Alright? They go around here with their chest out because of some numbers that Errol Spence put up, and at the end of the day, it's just good matchmaking. You know, it's good matchmaking in the right area with the right type of people. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret you wanted to fight Mikey Garcia in Texas. We know why. Okay? It's a huge Mexican fan base, and it was going to sell out good in Texas, period. Just based off Mikey Garcia. I'm not saying that Errol Spence didn't have no play in it, but the bulk of that fight being sold and looking how it is was dependent on Mikey Garcia, his Mexican heritage, and his Mexican fan base. All right. To add on top of that, it's no secret that Jerry Jones was buying out Errol Spence seats for his fights, so he can look sold out. If you can sell out, you can sell out. You don't need an owner of Dallas Stadium to come buy out all your tickets. You know, if you're really that damn popular, now do you? You know, say a lot of people forgot about that. I didn't. All right. And that's a fact. Okay. Jerry Jones did that more than once for Errol Spence. More than once. All right. So let's stop that right there. Okay. Now, you guys will run around saying, hey, he collecting belts. It looks like to me with a statement like this, what does it look like to you? Another roadblock. See, it's supposed to go. So y'all say, let him collect the belts and whatever and whatnot. I said it's going to be some more bullshit. So when this Ugas and Spence fight goes down, you know, and then they say we can't make the fight because of what Tim Smith just said, then you can understand what Bud Crawford fans has been talking about. Okay? If he's next, he's next. What does money have to do with it? You know? But just goes to show you it's not about collecting all them damn belts. Okay? Obviously, there's more. Or at least they make you believe that it's more. All right? Now, we already know he's going to lowball the shit out of him again if he came through and beat Ugas. We already know that. And Tim Smith's statements let you know that. So it's not about the belts. It's not been about across the street. It's not about pay-per-view and all that. You want to know why? Because this fight sells itself. Fuck if you think Terrence Bud Crawford is a pay-per-view star. He's no more of a star than Errol Spence. But together, they make superstar pay-per-view quality status fight. That's what they do. Together, both of them together makes it a blowout, makes it a sellout. This fight sells itself. You want to try to lean on Terrence Bud Crawford? Oh, he's not a pay-per-view. Like I said, they're no more popular than each other. And if anything, I think Bud Crawford is more casually known than Errol Spence. Real talk. More, if not dead even. So neither one of these guys is above each other. Okay? Errol Spence is not some pay-per-view. Errol Spence, as far as pay-per-view and being put on pay-per-view and being a draw and then like that, he's not even on Gervonta Tank Davis level. You want to know why? Just by the shit that they're able to sell you with Gervonta Tank Davis shows that they believe almost no matter what we do, you can put Gervonta Tank Davis on pay-per-view. Errol Spence ain't got that. And that's part of the whole damn point. That's really what it is. You really think they going to let Terrence Bud Crawford go over there and stomp out one of their only, what, two stars over there at PBC? Honestly, since Deontay Wilder has been taken out, and he was never a pay-per-view draw like that in the first place without Tyson Fury, and neither was Tyson Fury without Deontay Wilder. You could tell by being dropped from Showtime that that's the case. You only got two guys, Gervonta Tank Davis and Errol Spence. That's two guys out of the whole damn company. Okay? You think they're going to let Bud Crawford slide through and just leave him with one? Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I understand protecting stars because boxing needs its stars because, like I said, you guys are boring. You don't know how to be charismatic. I've been saying that's a huge problem in boxing. You guys don't know how to be charismatic. So, therefore, you only got two stars over there. Now, once Terrence Bud Crawford ice his ass out, then who you got left? Just Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, like you ain't got nothing. So it's bigger than across the street. It's bigger than pay-per-view. It's bigger than this. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than I fight for Showtime, you fight for Fox or ESPN. It's bigger than all the ass Tim Smith had just shown you. So even with that, even with all that shit, even with all the goalposts moving, even with all the across the street talk, at the end of the day, even with all the he's going to collect the belts, even with all that at the end of the day, you still slap with, oh, well, on top of that, it's not enough money. Okay, then. So fuck the belts, fuck the across the street, fuck this. It's all been bullshit. They don't want to lose Errol Spence superstar status because they don't have enough stars over there at PBC to afford losing a potential pay-per-view and future boxing star. That's really the facts. Let's stop bullshitting. And since they don't have enough stars over there to gamble with one of their stars, they don't want to do it. It's the same thing with Tank. Because believe me, it is protect Tank at all costs. Because Tank is becoming his own cash cow now. He's becoming a force. He's becoming a star in his own right. He's the most entertaining fighter in boxing right now, hands down. It's not even argued. Everybody tunes in to see what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tunes in to see a knockout. He got that same quality that Mike Tyson got. That's special. So you see why they're handling Tank the way that they're handling Tank. You know? And who they got left? Errol Spence. They're not about to let that happen. That's really the truth. That's really what's going on. To add on top of that, they know Errol Spence can't beat Terrence Bud Crawford. Point blank and period. So if I'm going to lose one of my star players by letting you smoke him out, you know what I'm saying? I got to make sure it's worth the money on the back end. And I think I can make more money off Errol Spence milking his career out than having one big payday where you stomp him out. That's what's going on. That's what it is. There ain't nothing else to get around it. So at the end of the day, when you hear these fanatics talk, tell them shove that belt season shit right up their ass. Just like when they told you about across the street, tell them to shove that right up their ass. It's been all bullshit. Now you understand Why, when Terrence Bud Crawford ran up on Errol Spence and he asked him to tell him what plan did Al Heyman map out for you, that's why you heard every name on there except Terrence Bud Crawford. And he said, he didn't mention me. And he said, no, he didn't. Because he's not in the fucking plan. Period. So ain't nothing else to say. Errol Spence, fanatics, can't say shit else. All right? It's done with. Because it went from this to that, to this, to that, to this, to that, to this, to that. Now it's economics. I mean, you can't make this shit up. You literally can't make this shit up. But I know better about asking something for boxing that it doesn't want to do. This is not a sport of competition. You know what I'm saying? So what happens when he wants to get that last belt? You gonna have to pay for the belt. Maybe undisputed really ain't the plan. Maybe it's to get this last belt and then move the fuck up. Because the point is, this money that you say that you're not going to have, you're going to eventually have to have it anyway if you want Errol Spence to complete his quest at undisputed. You're going to have to, like, there's no choice. You're going to have to come up with the money. So to say that you don't have the money, basically say you don't want to fight, and to add on top of that, you guys already disregarded his belt before. So it shows that undisputed was never really part of the damn plan. If you saying his belt ain't no good and, you know what I'm saying, like, we don't need his belt, and, you know what I'm saying, you putting up all the welterweight champions up there and Terrence Bud Crawford face ain't up there, you know what I'm saying, it's not so much what people say, it's what they do. And the signs have shown you that they don't want to fuck with Crawford. Period. They don't want to fuck. Crawford could sign the PBC. They still not going to let him do it. So at this point in time, it's clear to see what it is. All right. Time to move on, man. Errol Spence don't want it. His team don't want it. I can't hear about no pay-per-views no more. I can't hear about no belts no more. I can't hear about across the street no more. I can't hear about no 60-40 no more. And now I got to hear about some economics and we ain't got enough money to pay him. This shit just go on and on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is at the end of the day. You should be able to tell Errol Spence don't want to fight. His team don't want to fight. They never wanted to fight. Now you can figure out why everything has been the way it was. It's not on their itinerary. It's not something that they wanted to do. As soon as they was looking at Terrence Bud Crawford, they turned straight towards Ugas, something that Ugas' ass got shot down and they didn't want him to do anyway. When Ugas was going towards Errol Spence, before some Terrence Bud Crawford talk, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't do what he wanted to do. Soon as Terrence Bud Crawford started leaning in his way, all of a sudden the gates open up. Now Ugas can go do what he originally wanted to do. I bet he can now. You know what I'm saying? It's just other bullshit with boxing, man. I'm out.